Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself for Divine in the Flesh, where our PTSDs, our pains, trauma, suffering, and dramas are golden gateways to waking up and staying awake, where we together learn how to navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience in this perception-managed reality, having discovered that our true divine natures in our true sensual sensorial world of five senses have been hijacked and dumbed down into the limitations of five sense reality. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please comment and share this video with your friends, family, and communities. And please also hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that when I upload, the YouTube will let you know. And if you do like my work, won't you consider supporting me in my work so that I can continue to make videos by donating to my PayPal. My link is in the description box below. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest light, your bestest and brightest selves, inviting you all to open up your hearts wider and wider still. And here we are. This is episode 30. 30 in our ongoing discussion about what it is to be a human being. In this video, I want to begin a discussion regarding the costs and the price of awakening to truth. And I'm going to do my very, very bestest to disseminate these bits to easy, digestible pieces. I know that some of you wrote me and expressed overwhelm in terms of the dense content that I share. And you're wanting some ease and relief, and for me to dial it down a little bit. And I realize that some of this material is new, but I do not want to insult your intelligence nor your gut feelings by dumbing this information down or by infantilizing it in any way, okay? I'm confident most of you are grown-ups and you can handle it. In fact, I want to give you all a deep bow, okay, and a thumbs up, okay, because this material, this information is actually meant for every human being to know and embody. And the powers that want to be are doubling down their efforts and doing everything they can to block this information. It is your birthright, my lovey-doves, to be awakened back into the natural state of being human. That is, on planet Earth, being a spiritual being, having a human experience on this physical plane. The powers that want to be and the ruling class elites, the deep-stated dirtbags, want nothing more than to veil or occult, hide these truths so that their power differential over us continues unchecked, unchallenged, and unquestioned. That waking that you are all feeling, regardless of your alignment or leanings to 3D, 4D, 5D, or whatever, is the truth in your cells that are wanting to become unslaved and freed from their mind-controlled limitations. Every one of you who took the time to write me over the last few days, express how you felt on the verge of something amazing, seemingly quite intangible, yet within reach. I've also been flooded with emails regarding my last several dense videos, the one about the fight for our consciousness, the 5G facts and factoids, and its safety concerns, of which there are many, and I do have a follow-up video to that, and my last Friday's video regarding the great work of journaling and burning. I want to clarify some things, okay? Woke is not some egoic better than thing or label. Okay, so y'all gotta get that through your heads, all right? Because all that shit of being woke and better than and ooh, special, okay, nonsense. That is more New Age bullshit, aka fake 5D notions as pushed and advocated by the false light of New Age bullshit consumption of pop spirituality, of which y'all know I am not a fan of that shit. Who, by the way, are run by factions of the same low vibe, low astral plane demonic entities that control the powers that want to be and anything pop culture and mass consumed, including pop psychology, all right? Along with the conspiracy theorists just getting woke, 3Ders entering into 4D, not yet ready for full disclosure, arrogance of better than 3D nonsense because they've suddenly discovered a few of the aspects associated with the system, the shitstem, yet it's still laced, my loves, with the divide and conquer agendas of the powers that want to be hidden and veiled in 3D, 4D, 5D veils of he said, she said, they said, we said, you know, all those bits of caca, all right? Don't fall for it. It's so unintegrated and still divided, my loves. The woke I'm referring to is the self-realization and return to your original self, knowing your true divine nature as divine in the flesh, here to move formless into form. You are creative being. This great awakening, this global reset has triggered a domino effect on so many levels, starting with a personal level, on a personal level. There are costs to awakening to truth, whether that truth is personalized, the relative truth as associated with the fucked up moral relativism of man-made laws that you're witnessing with the various governors of the U.S. America, okay? Or the absolute truth, which is aligned with all but forgotten natural law. You have to be prepared. This is no joke. Because people around you, your family, your friends, if they cannot match your changing, upgraded frequency, they will turn on you. And if you can't match them, that'll happen to you as well. You have to choose to be willing to stand alone, even if you get thrown under the bus by folks you believed had your back and your heart. You will have to develop a thick skin for the judgment and criticism and ridicule that will get lobbed at you. You will have to develop a spine. You will also have to grow a pair of balls. I shit you not. You will have to face up to your 3D lies and look into the horror and the face of all these so-called conspiracy theories that you think are bullshit of the 4D to free yourself and move out of that enslavement. And from there, you're going to have to move through your horror of 4D disclosure and opt out of that fucking nightmare or continue the spell of the chaos black magic that has gripped 3D Earth and part of 4D for millennia. Okay? In these realities, you will have to face your fears, your angers, your rage, your frustration, your what the fucks, along with those that belong to the folks you'll either have to leave behind in some form, shape, or fashion, or suck up to, all right? And I know, I got an email about the whole notion of, is it okay to kind of suck up to this just because I don't have a job? I mean, that is your decision, all right? You will have to grieve the limitations and the loss of family and friends who will not and cannot back your perspective and newly arrived views and change, shift, in consciousness. You may get banned or disowned, banished. Some of you will get ghosted completely and smeared, or you may choose to ghost them without a word, particularly if your physical safety is at risk. I wasn't so prepared in those early days of my own unwinding. Okay, there was a lot of pre-programming by a lot of my so-called love and light notions. Okay, guilty as charged. Oh my God, I really believe that my awakening would include angels blaring their trumpets and bells and welcoming me with double high fives, and thus setting me free forever of any pain or suffering or struggle. Okay, the fake love and light new age bullshit spiritual awakening camps say that once you're awake or enlightened, that your life is going to become perfect. Okay, perfect, with perfect relationships. Okay, and the packaging is very slick. Okay, these instant enlightenment things sold as such. I remember a client actually attending a spiritual enlightenment 10-day retreat in some fancy place. I think it was in Bora Bora. It cost $10,000, and she actually got a certificate that she was now certified spiritually enlightened. Oh my fucking God. Okay, but this is the thing. It's new age bullshit, because they're lying to you by saying that once you're spiritually awakened, you're gonna have the perfect life. You'll have perfect wealth and money and tons of it, millions of perfect Facebook and Instagram followers and friends, perfect health, the perfect body, perfect cellulite free ass, perfect love, and never experience pain and suffering again, and be happy, 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 happy all the fucking time. And if you don't experience these things, then you're not awake. Dude, give me a break. What the fuck? Okay, didn't happen for me. Just saying, did not happen for me. The process of waking up or spiritually awakening, becoming woke, or spiritual enlightenment or self-realization, it is not instantaneous. It can be. I've heard of stories of people who claim that. It didn't happen for me, and I'm still working on that shit. And it has not been fun. I was disillusioned. I thought I was actually going fucking out of my mind. And the people around me, my family and friends, they thought I was absolutely fucking insane. Okay? It cost me nearly everything. But there was no turning back. Spiritual teacher Adyashanti, now mind you, I am not fond of gurus or leaders or that kind of shit. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like authority figures. But he says it best. Enlightenment is a destructive process. It has nothing to do with becoming better or being happier. Enlightenment is the crumbling away of untruth. It's seeing through the facade of pretense. It's the complete eradication of everything we imagine to be true. Fuck yeah, that's it. I try to share many of my discoveries with family, with friends, only to be ridiculed and labeled as crazy insane. And yet I was obsessed with discovering truth. And that's the thing, you have to want to know the truth. You have to go for it. And in the waking process, you will come face to face with your personalized and relative truths. I know I've mentioned that the absolute truth doesn't give two shits about your feelings, and it's fucking true, okay? However, in the first steps, that is the first tiers of unwinding and dissolving mind control and trauma and restoring your connection to your true divine self, it is imperative that each one of us discovers, acknowledges, and embraces the respective personal truths, the personalized truths, okay? Because that is a huge part of waking up and healing yourself from the controllers. Unfortunately, and I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm saying, okay? The powers that want to be have discovered how to weaponize your personal truth to further their control and enslavement of humanity as an active component of their multifaceted divine and conquer agendas across all subjects. Got it? I call this weaponized woundology, and it affects all the paradigms of the left, the right, the center, all facets of human existence, all organized divisions, all organized constructs of human existence. So you have to be uber aware. So in doing the great work, in doing the great inner work, you cannot get stuck and identified in your personalized truth, your personalized shit, by erroneously believing it to be the absolute fucking truth. And so this is where waking up and getting woke gets really fucking tricky. And most of us are fooled into becoming tools of the fake masters, because they're gonna go look, and pretty soon your woundology and your victimhood, oh my God, they get weaponized, okay? And we're not going there. We need to get beyond all of that shit, okay? So when you start noticing that stuff, notice how your truth becomes self-righteous. And my truth is truer than yours, okay? Or his, or hers, or theirs, blah, blah, blah. Or that panicked mantra of, you're just panic. I know my truth, I know my truth, I know my truth. I do. Do you see how fucking crazy that is? So your awareness, your self-awareness to know what the fuck you're up to, okay? You have to know when you're being tricked or manipulated or used or lied to or manipulated or tricked or used or lied to und so weiter, okay? So much for the great work. Much of the great work is about unwinding your triggers, as these are time bombs to set you back into unconsciousness, all right? And most folks align with family first. I align with truth first at all costs, and I have paid a heavy price in doing so. And while for me it's at times very challenging to not have those go-to comforts and perceived security of so-called family ties, I stand alone firmly in integrity, in sovereignty, secured. Okay? So the costs. Okay, let's get down to it. I can only share with you my own direct experience, all right? Because that is life as it is, as it unfolds. Awakening to the truth of who and what you are can and will cost you everything. It'll cost you your family, your friends, your community, your job, your career, your home, your security, your integrity and health and immunity, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, especially if you fucking settle for the perceived comforts and compromise what you know for a man or a woman or a cheap thrill, cheap or free rent, and a roof over your head, for money, for your children. And believe me, that is a tricky one. And I have stayed in fucked up situations for my stepkids. And when it was time, I moved on. And I don't regret it. I don't judge myself. So, okay, tread very, very lightly on your very circumstances. Our children, by the way, are much closer to their true natures than we adults. However, by the time age 3 and 4 come around, their indoctrination to forgetting their true divine natures is pretty much complete. So watch that if you are parents and you have young infants, toddlers, okay? Watch yourself. So dissolving all bits of mind control is an ongoing process to waking up and staying awake. And our living environment is so important. So you may have to cut some ties. I have ghosted every fucked up, dysfunctional, codependent, substance-addicted relationship on every level of my life. I've had to. Because you know what? When you discover the truth of folks around you and what they're fucking up to and how they're backstabbing you and using you and lying to you, you sometimes have to be brave and you got to let them go. No explanation. Because guess what? Bad behavior, betrayal, criminal behavior, liars, NSPs, the narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, you do not continue to give them a free pass and continue on it being in your life, let alone living in your house. Okay? As a result of my choices, I've extricated myself from bullshit, choosing solitude and the company of true blue beloveds who have all proven themselves to me to be true blue beloveds. Okay? Trust is earned. You don't give it out. I've learned that the very, very, very hard way. And you know what? The weeding process, it involves you getting fucking super uber real with the facts and the contrasting experiences that you have with people in your life. They may be good people, but you have to choose yourself at the end of any day, your own well-being. You are not responsible for taking care of grown-ups, all right? Children, yes, but grown-ups, no. So ask yourself the questions. Do you feel good around them? If not, move on. Get rid of them. Are they saboteurs in your life? Do they cheerlead you? Do you feel guilty or ashamed or stuck around them? Don't blame them, okay? Work that shit out for yourself. Look at what keeps you stuck because it's all on you. Waking up to truth, personalized, relative, and the absolute truth are endeavors that require self-responsibility. Self-responsibility. I know I say it all the time, okay? Don't hate me for it. Most choose, however, to stay asleep because they're afraid of taking self-responsibility. Or they're just afraid, period. So they defer to mommy and daddy, their tribal lineages, their religious organizations, and the governments and other authorities, okay? Don't be a coward. Don't be a pussy when it comes to your life and choices. And sorry, I know that sounds harsh, but this is a no-shit situation, and we cannot be fucking around any longer. So look deeply at all the bullshit in your life that you enable. Pull all your projections of comfort and support upon others, pull them back to you. You become self-aware and self-empowered and self-responsible and embodied in your own sovereignty. You first honor your truth, even with its consequences, without shoving your truth down someone else's throat, okay, because they have theirs too. Then at some point, you will be invited by some circumstance to examine the absolute truth. And the absolute truth is that which is and always has been. I will address more of that in a future video. Okay, so looking to others, family, friends, community, to boost yourself up, to hold you up, not a good idea. You will be disappointed. That's a good way to become a sycophant, a yes person, part of the unconscious violent mob, an unconscious order taker. That's not being woke, okay? You may have to engage some serious protection and tier your relationships. That's actually a good practice. I have this book. It's called Soul Contracts by Danielle McKinnon. So here it is, okay? And on page 132, I love this so much. This was like a lightning bolt revelation to me. But check this out. So she's got this diagram here. Okay. Anyways, I'll have it in the description box of what it is to really have a good look at your relationships. So that diagram, page 132, it'll show you what I mean. For myself, I have a very tight circle of friends, and I know these people. These people know me. All right. And then there's the outer tier called no man's land, and all the inner tiers, these concentric circles. Okay, you're gonna look at that because you need to examine all that, because a lot of us are pretty dysfunctional. We don't have good boundaries. And I'm sure, and I've actually heard some pretty amazing stories about what this quarantine has created in terms of family dynamics, because that shit doesn't all of a sudden go away. All right. Okay. So discernment is an important superpower to develop during the awakening to truth process, as the low-level controllers from the low-level astral plane entities, they are fighting tooth and nail and blood and fear to keep their control vectors active through the folks, that is the NSPs, okay? Do not underestimate the powers that want to be and their narcissist, sociopath, psychopathic enforcers. Okay, my personal truth, and also it's proving to be the absolute truth, that NSP abuse, the narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic abuse, is an actual global pandemic mind virus. Make no mistake about it, especially given the online platforms of social media and avatars and propaganda that are forcing the awakening of humanity from 3D to 4D to 5D. Plus, you need to have a good look at the psychos of the ruling class, also known as the powers that want to be, and all of their blood rituals that are being outed. Okay, I will speak more of that bullshit in future videos. So, my loves, each one of you is on your own personalized and unique journey of awakening to truth. However that presents and manifests for you, remain steadfast and aware. Do the great work. I will link my video regarding the great work right there. Okay, my loves, that's my speech. Do give this video a thumbs up, comment about your experiences, share this with your communities and social media platforms, friends and family, members with whom you feel would benefit from knowing this content. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. My contact information is also below. You can email me with any questions. Give me a few days to respond and answer. You can also query about how you can work with me one-on-one or train with me and learn direct from me how to become a trauma-based mind control deactivator. This is my work of over the last 3 decades, okay? And you can also find out how to receive a free download of the first edition of my book, Effed Wide Open, The Rude Awakening of the Heart-Based New Humanity. Or you can support me directly by purchasing one of my books. The Amazon links are also below. I thank you so much for your participation and attention. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, be the love that you are. Share your love. Be creative. Be kind. Notice the beauty that already surrounds you. Notice your beauty. Give thanks and appreciation and receive those in return. Here's to love, truth, and beauty. Mwah!